Hello. We're gonna give it about 2 more minutes, and then we're gonna get into the wonderful appropriation. I'm doing pretty good. Yes, we are playing People Playground. Hello. Hello. Kegs the Clown and Son Goku. Hello, Mikey. Username. I do not really support a soccer team. I don't really watch soccer a whole lot. Not really. It's not super big in the US. That's all right. How many hours do I have in People Playground? Um it is 620 hours in People Playground, which is it's kind of a lot, but it's really not that much. It's not as much as you would think. All right, so hello and welcome to Industrial Appropriate. Oh man, I can't talk. Hello and welcome to Industrial Appropriation Live. I hope that all of you wonderful, wonderful volunteers are doing very well. The electric chair, I think that was a great idea, and that ended up very well. All right, so let's go get into wonderful People Playground. So, somebody left a wonderful idea on one of my videos, so I think I'm gonna try and start off with that. It was a washing machine. So we're gonna see how that goes. Thank you for the heart, Ritz. I do use mods, but sometimes I like to leave them off and just play the normal game. It just sometimes it works just a little bit better. Oh, I keep messing up. This People Playground is available on Steam. I believe it's $10 or $15. So right now we are making, or we're trying to make a washing machine. I've tried this a couple of times and it really didn't work out. So we'll have to see how this goes. So basically I'm making the drum right now, and then I'm going to connect it all together and then hook it up to a rotor and then hope that that works, and if it doesn't, it's probably going to explode. I'm doing well. How's everybody doing today? Okay, it is $10 on Steam. I do have a YouTube channel. It is the Industrial Appropriation YouTube channel. Yes, I have made a tank, and I actually would like to show that off because it is pretty cool. It is the Industrial Safety Car Mark III, I believe. And that one, basically the Industrial Safety Car, is something that I'm semi-proud of because it actually kind of works. Yeah, I am struggling with the shape. It's a challenge to make a circle. It's a very, very large challenge to make a circle. So now we have a rotor, and hopefully this will work. I doubt that it will. However, we're gonna try it anyways. So I've tried this a couple of times before, and it usually ends up in everything exploding. So I'm hoping that it should be pretty entertaining either way. I am building a washing machine because somebody suggested that I build a washing machine on one of my videos, and I think it's a great idea. So we just pop in a perfectly willing volunteer. We're going to set the rotor as fast as we can. Yeah, thanks for going to the YouTube channel. Is it wrong that you have over 500 hours? No, because I have over 600. This is perfectly fine. This kind of works. See, what normally happens is it goes for a little while, and then it just kind of goes a little bit crazy for some reason. I'm assuming that the game can't really figure out what's going on, and so it just kind of goes wonky and explodes. Kind of like that. I have 620 hours in this game. Yeah, there's a tiny gap, and if you use the cables, I think the cables work a little bit better than the rigid cable, and yeah, there's a tiny gap, but it just kind of freaks out a little bit. Aw, thanks for the corgi. Thorin, thanks for the corgi. Yeah, I think that's the time machine mod is pretty cool. So now we can just toss a couple of perfectly rolling volunteers in, and would you look at that? Now it's nice and clean. A rubber room with rats. Definitely not the industrial dungeon. I wouldn't worry about that. That's not a real thing. Definitely not. Yeah, for some reason everything turned yellow. I know why, but I wouldn't worry about it. Instead of green, industrial appropriation has actually gone yellow. Thank you, M, for the 65 roses. Thank you, No Life Joseph, for the 5 roses. Could use, yeah, the wooden semicircle. So let me save this first so that I don't forget about it, because I always forget about it. The industrial rubber room. That's not a bad idea. Let me try. We'll have one more go at the washing machine, and then let me know what industrial creations you guys want to see, because I'm interested, and I always want to see what you guys want me to make. Aw, that's awesome. Yeah, I think it's just kind of an inherent problem that whenever the cables start spinning, they start to freak out, and I think it's just whatever is attached will start to freak out. but I'm not entirely sure. I wouldn't. It doesn't hurt the industrial volunteers. Don't worry about it. They are all perfectly willing professional-ish. So yeah, I wouldn't worry about it. I think that with these two wooden things, it might actually work a little bit better, because that way they can kind of overlap, and there'll only be, we're gonna do 2 cables connecting these, and then all that I have to do is like 1 cable here, maybe like this. Stop resizing. It does not want me to stop resizing. There it is. All right. Build the leopard tanks. So I will, as soon as I'm done with this, I'm going to show off the industrial safety car Mark III, because it's cool and very entertaining. Okay, so this actually works out quite a bit better. See, now that it gets spinning though, I can't tell if it's the rotor freaking out or something. Oh, okay. Right click in the air. Yeah. I normally try and like right click on the thing that I was resizing, and then I've noticed sometimes if you click in the air. Hello, Michael. Hello. You know, that sounds pretty useful. The bind R for resize. A roller coaster. I am making... This is the industrial washing machine. It is definitely working. We have yet to have a visit from OSHA. I suspect it may have to do with the quantity of money that OSHA has potentially received for inspections. I wouldn't worry about it. Now we're perfectly willing volunteers, nice and clean. Absolutely wonderful. Would you look at that? You know what? That's a good idea. Disable... Yeah, okay. So hopefully what I can do is disable collision on this stuff, and then I can add an industrial generator. Hopefully this works. It probably won't. No perfectly willing volunteers are heard in this live stream. I wouldn't worry about it. This is the industrial washing machine. See, there's some weird inertia with this that it kind of causes things to freak out a little bit. However, I would like to say that our perfectly willing volunteers are perfectly clean now. This perfectly willing washing machine is absolutely not available on Amazon. Yeah, I think I broke the rotor. You're right. I think I broke it again. Repair that. Make it indestructible. Yep. You're right. Hello to Poland. I don't have a Discord. I don't know how to set it up, so that's basically why I don't have one. Ooh, yes, soap. Gotta have the soap. If you don't have soap, you're not actually washing anything. And yes, I do have a killer bar of soap. We'll just toss a couple... Look at that! Everything's nice and clean. It's absolutely wonderful. You can install this wonderful washing machine at your local laundromat. Yeah, exactly. The yellow stuff, that is the soap. I wouldn't worry about it. Alright, we'll save that again. Alright, and now I'm going to show off my perfect creation, the safety car. Let me see. This, the high survivability vehicle. This thing actually works fairly well. So the whole kind of design around this was that it could survive a 120 millimeter, which is why it has all of these angled plates here, and then the bulletproofing and all of that stuff. Where do I recruit my perfectly willing volunteers from? I feel as though that might be a bit of a trade secret. I like the conveyor room. We were talking about a industrial rubber room. Oh, I'm gonna have to have you sit before you enter the vehicle. I can put a cannon on the industrial safety tank for self-defense, of course. I use OBS to record videos, which I have just finally figured out how to actually make it work properly. Oh, okay, so that one kind of went straight through. But normally, if you don't hit that spot, it just deflects the shots into different parts of the tank. So unless you hit exactly the right spot, everything's fine. And then if you hit the wrong spot, let's see if I can get it. If you hit that generator back there, everything kind of explodes. And it's not a great time. Does it defend against nukes? Well, that is a true question. Let's find out. So we have our wonderful device. The answer is absolutely. This vehicle totally survived a nuke. I wouldn't worry about the, I wouldn't worry about this. Yeah, this was the tank in one of the recent videos. It actually took a lot of effort to get these wheels into the right place. I kind of had to look at like actual tank suspension, and yeah, it ended up working out fairly well. Thank you, Shadow King, for the roses. I appreciate it. It definitely did a great job defending against that. I wouldn't worry about it one bit. Alright. So now we're gonna do the industrial appropriation room, where it's just a bunch of conveyor belts. Where can you buy the tank? You can buy the tank on the Steam Workshop. It is... I forget what it's called on there, but I do believe it is on there. No, my volunteers are not African. This is not this kind of volunteer. All of my perfectly willing volunteers absolutely come to me out of their own free will. I wouldn't worry about the rest of the details. I don't know if they will be fast enough, but we will find out. I don't know if conveyor belts would work for the washing machine. An elevator. I don't know how an elevator would work. Oh, this one didn't get that. There. Okay. So, it's a little bit slow. Can I change the speed of these? Don't know if I can. If I give it energy, hopefully this will actually speed things up. I'm not sure if this is gonna work. But we will see if it does. Okay, yeah, that's gonna work. Alright. I like this. It's not gonna look the prettiest, but it might work. Industrial volunteer catcher. I tried that, and it just ended up bouncing them back up. Very entertaining, but it did not work very well. Yes, you can pair a weapon with a metronome, and then it makes it very exciting. So let's add some more perfectly willing volunteers. And would you look at that? This is the wonderful, perfectly willing volunteer room. It's probably extremely loud. Yeah, I should have done the generator on each side so that you can actually see. I will work on that a little bit later. Oh, they're having a great time. They are absolutely having the best time ever. You know, my computer, not crying that much. Put a nuke in it? Yeah, we'll do that. Hopefully, we'll do the big one. There we go. Put some soap inside? Yeah, that's a good idea. Yeah, I'm sorry if you guys are listening to this and your ears are exploding. I'm sorry about that. Fleegan Bree, thank you for the 5 TikToks. I don't know what these things mean yet, but thank you. Thank you anyways. Alright, so I'm kind of curious. I have a ton of stuff downloaded. However, I'm not sure exactly what works and what doesn't. An RTX 9090. I'm sure that that's a thing. A knife thrower. So I do have the industrial hypersonic wrench thrower. So the good news is this should be able to hold a knife. Look at that. So now we'll just wait for that to come up. Put a perfectly, I like that idea. So what I didn't do, I made that the shopping cart launcher, and what I regret not doing was putting an Android in there, because I think that would have worked a lot better. So So we'll put some perfectly willing volunteers over here. And as we hit the button, there we go. That worked. Knife is just kind of stuck to this guy's hand. He's fine. He's totally fine. So, put a perfectly willing volunteer into the cannon. I like that idea. I like that quite a bit. So we're gonna make a kind of quick and dirty cannon. And then hopefully this is gonna kind of stay together. Do the volunteers get medical insurance? Sure. We'll say sure. They definitely do. By medical insurance, they get their limbs occasionally regrown, and they get to go back to being a perfectly willing volunteer. Alright, so we're gonna need to bring you up so that that goes down. Come on. Come on. Stop kicking it. Oh, come on. Alright, we'll do that there. And then that there. And now we're going to quickly save this. We're going to copy it and save it. The volunteer cannon. And then let's see where our perfectly willing volunteer goes. He definitely went out. Yep. Definitely. So now we're going to do that again. Let's tell him to have a flat pose, because I think that'll work a little bit better. And then upside down. And we'll do that. Then we'll just follow this. Well, our perfectly willing volunteer went everywhere. Yeah, our industrial appropriation has gone a little bit yellow instead of going green. I think that yellow is a better alternative. They've just drank so much orange juice. Everything is just a little bit orange. So we're going to... there are some things that I have yet to make a jetpack out of. Let's see. My cat is now in my lap. That perfectly willing volunteer absolutely had a wonderful time. So let's do 2 of these, and then we'll stick our perfectly willing volunteer up here. We'll go ahead and attach these just like this. Totally even. Oops. I don't want you. You go back to the dungeon. I mean the perfectly willing volunteer area. So we'll stick a metronome up here. Do that. And then that. Set this to 100. This is the perfectly willing volunteer jetpack. Absolutely. And then there we go. It always seems to break the sound engine for some reason. For some reason, I just can't figure out Is there a metronome? Let's see what this is set up. Yeah, it is 32. Oh well. It still works out pretty well. Until it just kind of breaks itself. I think I broke the metronome, actually. Very safe. Absolutely safe. I wouldn't worry about it. A jet-powered dryer. Do you mean like it shoots the jet into the dryer? Or is it, like it spins with jets? Because either way is going to be very entertaining. There is a mod for an Apache helicopter. What is my first creation? I honestly don't remember. It's been a very long time. So let's see. We're gonna go ahead and we're gonna get this. This is my first attempt at the washing machine, and it didn't work the way that I wanted it to. But now we're gonna turn it into the industrial dryer. And it's definitely gonna work. I wouldn't worry about it. Okay, it uses jets to spin and to heat it up. Alright. I'm not hurting the perfectly willing volunteers. Totally not a tree. They are perfectly fine, and I definitely wouldn't worry about it. We're gonna freeze that one. And then we're going to put a pin in that one. And then we're going to attach that, and hopefully this is going to the right one. Hopefully this is gonna work. I'm not so sure that it will. We're gonna do jet engine there, jet engine there. So fun fact, there's actually, they made a helicopter that runs off of jet engines that they have sitting at the end of the propellers, or the rotors. It's quite interesting. So we're gonna get that, and then of course we have to have the jet engine for heat. So we're gonna stick that one there. Oh, I may have put that a little bit too close. There we go. And now we'll stick some perfectly willing volunteers into the dryer. Would you look at that? Now they're wonderfully dry. Absolutely wonderful. Look at how dry they are. Yeah, I always forget about the jet engines. They work some of the time. It is very entertaining for them to explode, though. Just like that. Just like that. The perfectly willing volunteers, I wouldn't worry about them. They're fine. They're just a little bit yellow. You should eat a bagel. Absolutely. Thank you, Pan Man, for the love. I just love how things go from, like, they're sitting there perfectly fine, and then something random happens and it all just explodes. It just does it, and I don't understand why, but it's very entertaining. EMP, 10 EMP bombs. I mean, does that really do very much? We'll activate this. Thank you for the high bear, Caden. And then that just kind of does nothing. does it work if a human explodes? It mostly does. So, like, they still explode and everything. You just end up with a ton of yellow stuff across the map. So, like, they still come apart, but they don't... Yeah, they don't have the normal stuff that happens if you have everything turned on. Oh, yeah, it is. That is very true. The EMP for the robots. Of course. Perfectly willing androids, no more. We don't have to worry about that robot uprising. I wouldn't worry about it. Let's build... We're gonna do a plane. We're gonna do it. And then I kind of want to use the jet engine to see how that goes. And hopefully that kind of works. So we're gonna get a nice large wing for this. I don't know if you can make the EMP invincible. I don't know if that would work. Let's try it, like, real quick. Make it indestructible. Yes, you can. Look at that. That does work. Alright. We're gonna go back to the plane, and we're gonna make this out of the lightest materials. The absolute lightest materials. So we're gonna pop that there. And then... Let's see, I'm kind of trying to think of how I want to do it. I'm gonna put our wings in line. I kind of like to use the pins for the wings to hold them together. And then we'll do a jet engine. We're gonna mount it a little bit low, like they used to. Yes, you do get the achievement if you put a, if you use an EMP to stop a sticky grenade. That does work. Spring lock. I don't know enough about Five Nights at Freddy's to actually make that work. If I did, I would. I'm not actually that good at this game. The industrial jet. Yes, it is, of course, the industrial jet. Turns out this is the exact plane that I used to get around. This is absolutely it. I don't have a problem with that. Let's do, we're gonna copy, no, I don't want that. Like I said, I'm not actually very good at this game. I forget my key bindings quite a bit. So we're gonna put that one there. No, do I want to do it? Yeah, I want to do this one a little bit lower so that we get that nice angle of attack. Ahaha, fancy pilot words. And then we're gonna do this one. We're gonna make the jet point a little bit like that. And then, of course, we need a spot for our perfectly willing volunteer. So we're gonna go ahead and pop that there. All right. So now we'll have you sit, and there we go. And now we're going to we'll give you like a couple of seatbelts. You're gonna be fine. Going to unfreeze that. And then here we go. The tires will burn. That is okay. I'm okay with this. See, the trick is, if I can do this. So the trick is to have the center of gravity behind the center of lift. That's going to make it more stable. It's probably not going to be perfect, but it will probably work, kind of. So we're going to go ahead and activate that. Question is it going to take off, or am I going to have to move to the... Oh, look at that! It actually works. It actually flies. It flies pretty well, too. I mean, the tire's kind of okay. The tire's kind of fine. Oop, wrong button. I do want to see how this is going to work on the humongous map. So I'm going to make sure that I saved it. The actual company's name, it is Industrial Industries. Industrial Industries is absolutely beautiful, and it does everything just fine. Alright, let's follow our perfectly willing volunteer. And this thing actually kind of works. Well, alright, so it worked last time. Apparently something changed. Not sure what, but, yeah. I wonder if it's just like the angle of the jet changed or something. I think it did. I think it did. I could use one of the gyro stabilizers, but it feels better to actually fly. Look at that! Perfect. Absolutely wonderful. We're going straight up to space. This is great. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. Panman, thank you for the roses. I haven't been keeping up with this well. Klosh, thank you for the roses. Shadow King, thank you for the fire. Panman, thank you for the love. Caden, thanks for the bear. Ritz for the roses. And so on. Yes, industrial appropriation has gone yellow instead of green. Absolutely wonderful. I don't think that the industrial generator does anything to the jet. I know that it does to most things. We'll add this roughly here. I don't stream on Twitch yet. This is the second time that I've streamed on TikTok. We're kind of seeing how it goes. I probably will eventually go to Twitch, or, you know, do Twitch as well. But I'm kind of figuring out how to actually live stream. I would say it's going moderately well, even decently well. Thank you for the 20 roses, Lucas. No Life Josh, thank you for the roses. And thanks for the heart ghost. And Ritz, thank you for 20 more roses. That's awesome. Have a good one, Aventador. For some reason, weird things happen with this jet. doesn't like its existence. So let's follow our perfectly willing volunteer. We're on the ground. That's not exactly what you want in a plane. A perfectly willing volunteer has probably seen better days. I think what I need to do is put the generator in front of my perfectly willing volunteer. I think that's probably what I actually need to do. But other than that, I don't think that the generator actually does anything for the jet engine. I don't think. So, of course, this is industrial appropriation. We have to give it something that's a little bit dangerous or spicy. So, of course, we're going to give it this. I feel like this is appropriate. And then we're going to give our perfectly willing volunteer a lovely key trigger. That'll definitely work. Thank you for the roses. Thank you for the mini speaker ghost. And thank you for the more roses, Ritz. Do I put a USB? Yes, you definitely should put in the killer USB. I wouldn't worry about that. All right. Yes, key triggers are some of the best things in the game. They make life very, very, very helpful. So once we get off, okay, so that didn't really work particularly the way that I wanted it to. However, this is still pretty entertaining. I don't know where it went. Here's some of it. Some of it's bouncing off into oblivion. Is this what? Oh, this is like the whole thing. Well, that worked. That worked out super good. Yeah, the gyro, that would probably work with the gyro, but I think it works a little bit cooler with the with actually just kind of flying. What I could do is set up a servo to control the tail, but that sounds like a lot of effort. There is some industrial appropriation lore that's just basically what I've been going with that that just is kind of funny to me. Let's do the RC car. So we're gonna do. I want this. Where's the wheel? Is it under here? Yes. So there's that. And then we're gonna make it nice and small, nice and compact. It's an RC car at the end of the day. How do you get hired at industrial appropriation? Well, all that you have to do is sign away all of your rights, and you're good. You're good to go. I don't normally do this stuff, but you can become a perfectly willing volunteer. If you subscribe, you can become a perfectly willing volunteer. You'll get the perfectly willing volunteer thing in your name, by your name in chat. That is an available option. I did not have to do something for the mutation mod. It just kind of worked. That's okay, Jerb. It's alright. I don't know. I don't know. I would hope not, but I'm sure that somebody does. Let's see. We're gonna do this. We're gonna mount it perfectly. Right here, right at the magazine, because that makes sense. And then we're gonna do key trigger. So I think this is one that I may have to hold something down. We're gonna do a couple of key triggers for the wheels, for the for this as well. Yeah, I don't know what that question was, but yeah. Thank you for the I am terrible at keeping up with the roses and hearts, so thank you to everybody. Thank you so much. This is great. I greatly appreciate it. Yes, key triggers are wonderful. So we're gonna do this one. We'll do this one for the wheels. I use my number pad for the key triggers. That kind of works out a little bit better for me. But if you don't have one, I definitely suggest not F. You're right, I should use radios. That would make sense. I feel like I've committed to this though, so here we are. And then we'll do that. So now, this should work. Yeah, so you have to hold one, but ah! I have not heard of Cooking with Jeff. Laser. Because everything needs a laser sight. Absolutely everything. So we'll do that, and then hopefully this will work. And then we'll turn that on, so that now we can see just at what point are we going to touch our perfectly willing volunteers. I would say that works pretty well. That works out great. Yeah, you know, I wasn't thinking. I keep forgetting that they have the attachments now. I completely forget about that all of the time, and I always just go with the laser because it's just entertaining to me to strap a laser to something and kind of hope that it works. But yeah, this does work too. See, and it's not as bright. So now, if we do the laser though, what we can do is we can use the laser, as many of you have commented, we can use the laser with a generator. And then we'll just strap another thing to our perfectly willing go-kart. There we go. And then now if I need to make this. I don't know if the generator can break it, but I know that the industrial one can, so it's probably a good idea. Yes, a lightsaber on wheels. Absolutely wonderful. See, now our laser needs another laser, though, because where are you going to point your laser? Why is our laser invisible? A motion dampener, that would be smart. Somebody else said to tilt the front wheel. I think that might be, well, that kind of breaks it. Kind of breaks it even more. I don't know why this is doing this. It's just doing very strange things now. It's just rotating around these wheels. I think I broke it. Can I put it back? Yes, I can. Alright. And now we just take it on a ride. And it's gonna break itself, but that's okay. The wheels may have broken, but this is fine. We're just gonna continue on. See, I feel like now with the broken wheels, this works even better. Until that happens. The RC car of doom. I'm gonna save it, and I'm just gonna keep the wheels on fire. I feel like that adds to the effect. So, as everybody's talking about mods, I will show you the most entertaining mod that that I know of, at least to me, and that's Nuclear Playground. Personally, it's kind of my favorite, but is it the best? Probably not, but it is kind of the coolest to me. So you can just add in nuclear fuel rods and they just kind of go poof. And the more that you add, the quicker that they go poof. And then it has some like moderately realistic physics when it comes to nuclear stuff, like if you have a nuclear fuel rod, then you add in some moderators. The more that you add, the hotter that it gets, and then it has to reach a certain temperature for it to actually melt down. And then, yeah, it's pretty cool. Industrial fan. See, there is a fan. There is the fan, and then I kind of like the idea of the industrial blender. We may even do a food processor. That might work. So I think I can get this figured out. So if we do it kind of like this, where we do that there and then that there, we can do the fan. Is that going to pull people down? Yes. Okay. That'll work. And then we're just going to do conveyor belts. We're going to do conveyor belts that way. And we're going to freeze these and then activate them. And now we have... Oh, that's not what you want in your food processor. And then there we go. Now we just have a industrial food processor. Grinds your perfectly willing volunteers up into nice, lovely little chunks. You might be right about the about that. Yeah, you're probably right. So we'll just kind of stick that to the side. And then we'll do that. And then there we go. That's the industrial food processor. We're gonna clear some of this stuff up, and then I'm gonna save this because this is entertaining. Alright, a lot of people asked for it last time. We'll do it. And then I think I want this one. Also, thank you again. I'm not great at keeping up with the roses and the gifts and that stuff, so thank you to everybody. Thank you, Jaco, for the tiny diny. Very incredible of all you perfectly willing volunteers. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna make the sub. We're gonna do it. I just need to find, I think it's, oh, I need to turn it on. Never mind. So the last one that I was showing was the nuclear playground. It adds nuclear physics to the game that work out pretty well. And thank you, Jaco, for the raccoon, and thank you, Dylan, for the high bear. Alright, so we're gonna build our lovely little sub up here. And we're gonna make it just big enough to loosely fit 5 volunteers. We're gonna do that, and then we're gonna do... They're all gonna have to sit down. One of them may, they may have some trouble here, but I wouldn't worry about that. And actually, I think we can make this a little smaller. There we go. That's about good. I will make the drone with the laser bear, or the laser. I will make that next. People have been asking this for a little bit, so I figure it's been enough time. Last week it was a little bit too soon, so we're gonna do. I think it goes that way. That's okay. You don't have to. I appreciate it. Obviously, yes. So we're gonna do that. And then somebody managed to, I'll show you in a minute, but somebody managed to do something kind of cool. So we're gonna take this, we're just gonna chuck it into the sea. All the way down. It's a little bit of a drop. It's gonna take a little while, so let's give them a flashlight. Is the audio still here? I got a notification that the audio may have disappeared. Okay. I'm assuming that means good. Okay. Alright, thank you guys. I got a notification that my my microphone disappeared, so I just wanted to make sure. No, that went to the background. There we go. All of our perfectly willing volunteers on the sub, they're having a wonderful time. The best time of their life. Which is going to be about 5 minutes. So, I think somebody made another submarine that works really well for this. So I'll show you once this one reaches the bottom. It is the, what's it called? The watertight box mod. Very useful. Okay, yeah. Thank you. Thank you, Ethan Sharp. I appreciate it. The Titanic sub is kind of crazy. You know, it looks a little bit cramped in there. It looks a little bit dark and scary. Yeah. That was kind of the plan. That's kind of the plan, El Bozo. We're gonna speed it up a little bit. Oh, okay. We made it to the bottom. Alright, here we go. And then, you know, we just have to simulate the implosion. So we're gonna add a couple of spicy little things down here. And then, we're gonna... Alright, the audio keeps bugging out. My, for some reason, my microphone just doesn't like to be... It just doesn't like to exist. Let me see if I can touch some of the cables and hope that I don't break things more. For some reason... yes. Everything is fine. I touched it, and I hope that it works. We'll see how it goes. Let's give some more light. We're gonna do... Oh! Okay, so I meant to give some more light, and I kind of broke everything. But it all exploded. And now we're gonna make the, And now you really just can't see anything other than some stuff floating at the bottom. And now it's all gone. So let me show you what somebody else made, because it's way cooler than anything that I can make. I I'm gonna have to try either some new cables or something, because I don't know what it is about my microphone, but it just likes to disconnect completely randomly, and I don't know why. Oop. I wanted to follow that. It's fine if you know, you can make videos on People Playground. That's a-okay. I see no problem with that. Subs are semi-possible with the waterproof box mod. And then this one, as the sub goes deeper, this red light is going to turn on, and then it's going to implode or explode. So we're going to hurry it up a little bit. See, the red light turns on, and then may have broken up a little bit. I wouldn't worry about it. This one in particular, I may have to look up exactly what it's called. Look at that. Now we just have a couple of pieces. Alright, so this is Krusk. It has a crushing depth, so it's not a mod. It does use the watertight box mod though. This is super cool and it actually works. So yeah, check that one out. Thank you, Talking Ben. I appreciate it. Drone time. Yep, it's drone time. Slightly quick shift. Now the question is, do I try and make it use the hover thrusters? I think I'm gonna do that. So we're gonna use these, and then we're gonna set the altitude really high, and that should work. I don't entirely know how to make these things work, but we're gonna see if it does. Thank you, Shadow King, for the tiny diny. Again, I'm terrible at keeping up with these. However, I appreciate all of you. Thank you for the roses as well, Shadow King. A lift to the bottom of the abyss. I know that somebody made a mod for that, but I'm not really sure how to make like an elevator kind of thing. So I don't know how that would work. So we're going to set these to like 10 meters. And then we're going to use a shrunk down. Well, we can probably just use this. Thank you for the chicken leg, Dylan Eric. Yeah, so we were on the hybrid map. That was what we were using. The C map, it is longer, I think, but it doesn't go as deep. Yeah, we were on the hybrid map, which does go deep. Let's see. So hopefully... Alright, so the problem is that's too heavy. So if we use... I want to use power, but not too much. So we'll try a generator. Okay, all right. We are certainly up. It went very high. See, this is kind of the problem that I see with these hover thrusters is they either go flying really high or they don't work at all. How long will I be live? I'm not sure. I was thinking probably we've been going for about an hour already. We'll kind of see how it goes. You're right. There is a lever. I have never thought of I think it's a resistor. This one. Yeah. We'll try this. Hopefully this will help us. If not, could you ever join the live? I'm not gonna say no, but I'm gonna say probably not. Yeah, I'm not too sure how that stuff would work, especially in like a single player game. So, yeah. Now it's all the way up there again. Okay, we're gonna follow this. So if we move it that way, I think that's more resistance there, and it still just bounces us into the stratosphere. Actually, I think the lever just kind of has momentum, and it just kind of bounces. So let's turn these off. And then if we turn this that way, oh, okay. All right, Ghost, you have a great one. I hope you enjoyed. It's been great. Okay, all right. Okay, maybe? All right. Yeah, I'm gonna have to look into that microphone issue, because it's one thing if it's a problem when I'm just making videos, it's another thing for this. So I might have to either get like a different microphone or something, or I'm not sure. I might have to figure it out. Okay. Let me get this back up. There we go. Wow, that is a lot of stuff. All right. All right, Elbozo, you have a good one. I hope you enjoyed as well. All right. So I don't it works, but it doesn't really work. So let's see. Maybe if I do the mini thruster or something. We'll try a mini thruster and see if that works. So we'll do that. So we're gonna see, that does not have okay. Microphone cut out for us. Man, I am just having the worst time of this. Thank you. Thank you, Talking Ben. Subscribe to the Industrial Appropriation YouTube channel. I am making a drone. Yes. Perfectly safe drone. So let's see, if we add another one of these, is this gonna work? How many of these do we have to add before this actually works? I'm gonna try and just do this. If small changes don't work, then we just have to just go big. Just go big. You can be a perfectly willing volunteer. Okay, so that might be potentially too much. So now we're gonna try this hooked up to the generator, and we're gonna hope that it works. And then we're gonna do that. We're gonna let it fly up and then go back down. And we're gonna activate that. And that kind of works. Because as we add more things, it's just gonna get heavier. So yeah, I don't know where it went though. Oh, there it is. I can make it weightless, but it is kind of cheating. It's slightly cheating. If I have to... Let's see, so what we wanted to do, I kind of want to do the laser. We're gonna do this. And then I kind of like the idea of putting it on a rotor. And then we're gonna attach it this way. So that this goes over here. That's probably a good idea with the 1-ton weight. We're just gonna hope that this kind of works itself out. At this point, we're just gonna kind of go with it. So I want to move this kind of over here, and then we're gonna add this so that we kind of protect our own drone. We're gonna do that. I know that this looks like a mess of cables, and that's because it is. So now we might need to add a second generator. And then I think we might be in business. We're just gonna toss it into the air and call it good. Maybe we'll try making some things weightless, like this. Okay. So if we make this weighted, that kind of works out. Kind of. Then we're going to spin that, and then spin that. And we're also going to attach this to the laser. And then hopefully this doesn't explode. It probably will. But it'll be good. Oh, we need to change this. This needs to go much faster. I think it just got stuck. Yes. Okay, so if we disable... if we click that and then disable collision, that should work. Yeah, there we go. And we may have blown itself apart, but that's okay. I wouldn't worry about that. We're gonna repair everything. And then we're gonna also make it indestructible. Except I want this that way and then do that. I am making a laser drone, or a disco drone. Thank you, Talking Ben. It's been great. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. Have a good one. And we're gonna do that, and then that. Oh no, no, I wanted to do that. There we go. Almost. And then there we go. And now we have a disco show. Kind of, except it broke the, I think it broke the cable. Well, okay. So I may have to work on that a little bit. We're gonna save that. This is gonna be the disco drone. Very exciting. How very exciting. Our perfectly willing volunteers had an absolutely wonderful time. I had 2 ion engines, one below the laser. That's probably a good idea. We may work on that later. Let's see. We're gonna see if I have anything interesting to play with. Thank you, Rock. The Eternal Death Machine. I don't think that I do. Let's see. Actually, I want these. That's fun. That's interesting. Entertaining. No, I don't have the Eternal Death Machine. However, I do have these replicator melons. So we'll get some perfectly willing volunteers, and then see what happens with a melon. And they just kind of turn into watermelons. And the melons, they seek out people to turn into watermelons. Absolutely wonderful. That was some perfectly willing volunteers on fire. I wouldn't worry about it. Yeah, it is from Gary's mod. Yeah, very entertaining. So I did make this this shopping cart cannon. So I want to do something real quick. This one. So we've got the shopping cart cannon. We've got a perfect cart. And then we're also going to have... Oh, well, we're going to need you to sit down there, buddy. We're going to have you take a seat. Thank you, David Gwebb, for the finger hearts. Willing android, a lovely little seatbelt there. Thank you for the rose as well. I appreciate it. Thank you, Shadow King, again. Thank you very much. Alright, so let's go ahead and we're gonna send our perfectly willing android across the room. I feel like that was a little bit more exciting. Because now we can also just stick a perfectly willing android in there. We can even stick a couple of them. Have them all sit. Oh, don't do that. Oh, well, we may have fried a couple of them. That's alright. I wouldn't worry about it. I am the one who made the industrial rail launcher thing. Yes. And now, would you look at that? They just kind of disappeared. And they're all over the other side of the room now. Absolutely wonderful. Oh, yep, I broke the sound. Hopefully... Okay, I think we're good. See, if the melons didn't just immediately consume perfectly willing volunteers, I would be able to do the watermelon head, but it just doesn't work. Because they just eat people. Sad, I know. Thank you, Ron, for the roses. I appreciate it. Alright. Let's see. Oh, so this is something that somebody made. This is a very entertaining or interesting thing. Somebody made a slot machine. So you pop a little bell in there. And then we're gonna see if we win. And look at that. We won. Can you put someone's head on an android? Is it possible? Probably. Without dying, though, that's the problem. So I feel like the easiest way to do it would probably just be to do that, and then do that. And just kind of stick that there. And then would you look at that? Now we have our android with the person's head on it. And it kind of works, except for the fact that he's just dragging a head and a body behind him. So... yeah, it's totally working. We could probably just do that. But now he's upside down and unhappy about this. I'm not sure that it would work with the mutation mod. I will try it anyways. So we can do this. So if we freeze that, and then we just boop. And then we do our android. Freeze that and go. Come on. Come on. Give it to me. Come on. Give it to me. I know you want to do it. I don't think he wants to do it. And meanwhile, we're going to go ahead and do that. Let's see, I have something of an idea. I think this should work. The disintegrator, disassembler. If I do it, that didn't work. That almost worked, but that didn't. Nope. Apparently that doesn't work on androids. Come on. Come on. Oh, there we go. There it is. Lovely. Now we stick our perfectly willing volunteer up there. And then he's got, we'll just unfreeze this. And, yeah, I don't think that worked out super great. Head popper. Yeah, that's, you know, that would work a lot better. Can I do... So I know that... Actually, I think that'll break the android if I do life juice. Let's see, so we do that. And then that, and then that. I think if we do that, that does just... Maybe oil. Yeah, you might be right on the oil. So if we do that, then... Let's see. Yeah, I don't think... I'm not so sure that it's working. Yay! Okay, so let me try... I do have the Android injectors. So let me see if there is something with this. I know that there is the head popper for this. So there's head popper. So then we do that. Then we need to get our perfectly willing volunteer. Oop, froze his arm. That's okay. Come on, just give me the head. Just give me the head. There we go. Alright, that's what I wanted. Let's see. Is there like a health or like a life syringe for the androids? I'm not sure. Oh, there we go. All right, life injector there. Wrench might work. Live! Live! Okay, so that's... Yeah, I'm not so sure that it's working. Now, if we just take our perfectly willing volunteer, and then here we're gonna slightly cheat just a little bit. So we're gonna make his head nice and tiny, and then we're just gonna pop it off. Oh, booped him in the head. Then we're just gonna attach this there, and then we'll do a life injector there, and then we'll do the life syringe. We're gonna tape it to his head. Oh, I don't think that worked. Something bad happened. I don't know why that's not working. That's weird. Because he's still... Oh, that's why his head popped off. That makes sense. Yeah, that would be smart. So we're gonna go ahead and delete that. And then we get another android. And then phase link between that. Then if we make this smaller, now we take this. We're gonna strap it down. Yeah, that totally works. We may have cheated just a little bit, but that totally works. Now we have a perfectly willing volunteer on the top of an android. That works great. That works so great. Yeah, I got the disabled that. That worked out perfectly. Yeah, there is a ton of stuff for People Playground. A ton of new stuff, a ton of mods. Very exciting things. And then now that we have our head on the perfectly willing android, I feel like we should just... We're gonna do this. I'm not sure what that did. Does it work if I do this? I don't think that it does. Nope. No, I don't think that it does. So let's grab a new volunteer. There we go. That looks a little bit better. Yeah, this is us. It does stuff. I'm not sure what this is supposed to do. I'm assuming, like, eat people, probably, right? Nope. How many mods do I have? I don't know, but it's kind of a lot. It's not that many, but it's kind of a lot. Any of the crew games. What do you mean the crew games? Also, thank you, Hunter. I appreciate it. Oh, do you mean like, I think I know what you're talking about, and no, I haven't. Oh, everything dies now. Okay, we might have to, we're just gonna do that. No, I haven't played that. The syringe mod is the mutation syringe mod. Yes. What was I gonna do? I was gonna do something. Oh, I was gonna do this. Bouncy syringe. This is probably my favorite Android syringe. And it just makes them bouncy. At this point, I'm not entirely sure. I'm just kind of messing around with stuff. Is there something that you want me to make? Would an artificial heart keep both android and human? I'm not sure about the androids. I have kind of tried to make like completely bulletproof stuff. The issue with making like a bulletproof suit of armor is it's not really gonna work. You can make it halfway decent, but you can't make it invincible. Yeah. So we'll see if the artificial heart works. I'm assuming it's probably not. Person, you have a good day. And then see, the thing is, turns out androids don't have hearts to begin with. So, yeah. But it does work for perfectly willing volunteers to do this. So we do that, and then if we do, I think it's if we do enough of the painkiller. Painkiller will probably work. So if we set that, they are currently numb. If we turn that off, my favorite map, I'm probably just gonna say the default one, just because that's the one that I use the most. I think the coolest one is definitely the which one? This one, Substructure. I think that is definitely like the most interesting one. But I use the default one the most because it's just easy to have simple stuff. Conduct. We're gonna do. You know what? That's a good question. We're gonna do that real quick, and then we're gonna do this. So our perfectly willing android didn't do so well. So if we do the heart, so we do that, and then painkiller. So we do that. Yeah, throwing stuff into the abyss is pretty fun, I've got to say. So if we do that, then we do that. It seems like it kind of went the other way, because it was heart stopped, and it should be working, but I don't know what's happening. There is a mod for syringe launchers. Let me see. I have a Twitch, but I don't stream on Twitch yet. I'm still kind of getting used to just the idea of streaming. So, yeah. Let me see. I don't know where it is. I'm assuming it's probably here. Yeah, so there's this, and then you stick a syringe in here. And then now this is gonna shoot. Pew! Little gas grenades. I don't think that you can really do the button that drops a tank on people. Although you could just do that. That's wonderful. Wonderful sound. It is the Nuclear Playground mod. That's the one that I was using earlier. A bazooka button. I mean, there's also a bazooka. And then if you hold it and press F. The electro... Let's see. Electromagnetic force field. Oh, do you mean like if you press it, it shoots a bazooka? Yeah. Yeah, you can use the key triggers with that and then just set it up and it just shoots bazookas. So if we do this, so now we have, oh, okay. We want to freeze that and freeze that. So now we should be able to have it so that this will repulse rockets. Okay, maybe not. It kind of works. Okay, so maybe it doesn't work with that. Yeah, this does work. So it just kind of shoots out the spiked rounds and then it just goes off into the distance. And then you can see our perfectly willing volunteer hanging out right there. I have heard of Melon Playground. It's definitely a thing. So, with the Gorse thing, so if we do, that's not the word. That's a pretty fun idea. So I think if we just do like this, and then we make that weightless. So not only is it going to spit the acid at it, but that weightless, and then we can do a life detector. So then there's that, and then this is gonna send that to that. So now if we put a perfectly willing volunteer over here, it's just gonna do that. And then I think we have to do, we can do range and set it to like that. Not sure how far that'll go. Yeah, look at that. So now we're gonna have our little Gorse guy walk along, and then as he approaches people, there we go. I do not have the diseases mod. Yeah. I think I've seen it, but I didn't really look into it too much. Make a machine that blows up anyone that touches it. So if we just do an industrial generator and then freeze that on the ground. If we turn it on, that works out pretty well. Oh, we can do that as well. haven't done much with this. So if we walk onto that, I know that this is a little bit low effort, but come on, you can get up there. Would you look at that? All right. So it has been about 2 hours, and I'm gonna be honest, I'm a little bit tired. So I'm gonna go ahead. We're gonna end the stream here. I greatly appreciate everybody who sent coins and all of that kind of stuff. I greatly appreciate it. So I hope that everybody has enjoyed the stream so far. And I hope that you guys all have a great rest of your day. And this has been Industrial Appropriation. Enjoy. Have a good one. Hopefully I can figure out what's wrong with my microphone and I can fix it in the future. So, have a good one, guys. Enjoy. Do you want to... So we've got this Android